So welcome back to the first official video on the Two Birds and a Third channel. This is a Two Birds and a Third short discussion, my reaction to the Eagles selecting Derek Barnett with the 14th pick in the NFL draft, defensive end out of Tennessee. Originally, I was very underwhelmed by this pick. First and foremost, I thought this team was either going to go cornerback or running back. You know, I knew that Barnett was graded at around where the Eagles were going to pick, maybe even before that. The Eagles still needed a defensive end, and it took me a few hours, maybe a half an hour to an hour, hour and a half, to kind of realize what they were doing. Still a bit underwhelmed. I'm still kind of feeling the effects of the pick. But at the same time, I'm starting to come up to the idea of having him on the team. Our defensive line is going to be deadly with Barnett, Graham, Jernigan, and Cox. So it's going to be hard to game plan against our line. We really have no excuse for not having a good defensive line, a good defensive front piece for our team. The issue with me is that the issue that I'm having right now is that the Eagles are known for picking defensive ends early in the draft and having them not pan out. Jerome McDougal, every Eagles fan remembers Jerome McDougal. Every Eagles fan remembers Marcus Smith. It took about 5 years for Brandon Graham to actually develop into a legitimate starter. But I think we're going to have good defensive line depth. I think we're going to have a good defensive line. A lot of people might be upset because it's not a flashy pick, and you know I am a bit upset at that. I'm even more upset though. Even more than this pick, I'm more upset that Tennessee took Corey Davis because I really wanted Corey Davis in this draft. He was like the best player that I wanted, and he just went way too early to me, and I'm just jealous, right? But I do think that the next two picks, or the next pick, the second round, which is going to be in a few minutes. Currently, the Carolina Panthers pick is in the second round. This is the second day. It's either going to be a cornerback or it's going to be a running back. So it's either going to be Dalvin Cook if he's there, or it's probably going to be a Woozy from Colorado. So I'm looking forward to either of those. I don't know who it's going to be. Hopefully someone picks one of them so that the Eagles don't have to decide, because I don't know who I would rather have. A guy who's going to be a really good corner, which we really need, or a guy who's going to be a good running back, which we also need. I'm more leaning towards cornerback because we're depleted completely at cornerback. We have guys who can step in and play running back at a decent level. But I'm looking more at cornerback, but if the Eagles go ahead and get Dalvin Cook, he's a steal in the second round. I don't know how he fell so far. Must have been his combine. Must have been his off-the-field antics. But regardless, I'm looking for those two guys. We're probably not going to get a receiver early. We're probably going to get a receiver possibly in the fourth. But again, a very underwhelming pick. But as time goes on, because he's a beast. Barnett's a beast. I've seen his tape. I watched him during the year. I just didn't see us going out and getting a defensive end. So it's kind of like... And it's also me being pissed off because Corey Davis fell. So this is another episode of Two Birds and a Third short discussion. Hope everybody has a nice day. And look forward... possibly in the weekend, possibly on Sunday for more content, maybe earlier.